So let's go ahead and cover the 7 characteristics of pea plants studied by Mendel. New terms that you're going to hear me throw out there. I'm going to be talking about characters and traits. They are different. Let's go ahead and discuss why. Now, a character is going to be a heritable feature that varies among individuals. So I'm going to show you an image to help you visualize this with pea plants. So boxed in red here are characters. So these are features that are going to vary among individuals. Flower color, the color of the petal, flower position, where it's located, seed color, seed shape. These are all examples of characters. Humans, you might think of hair color, skin color, eye color. These are all characters. A trait are boxed in green here, and traits are basically variants of a character. So if we look at flower color, for instance, flower color is a character, and I can have traits, variants of that character. Am I going to be a purple flower color? Am I going to be a white flower color? Am I going to be a pink? Am I going to be a yellow? These are all traits. Flower position, where it's located on the flower, axial, is it in the middle? Terminal, is it at the end of that organism? And so forth. And so each of the characters at Gregor Mendel, it's going to be these 7 right here that are highlighted in the box red. Basically, Mendel kept it simple and only wanted to focus on 2 different traits. He didn't want so many different variables to consider, so he only wanted 2 distinct traits. So if he was looking at the character flower color, he only wanted to look at purple color and white color, and he eliminated all other colors. If he was looking at seed shape, for instance, he only wanted to see if that seed shape could be round or wrinkled, and didn't want any other traits associated with that character. So why did he choose peas to perform his genetic experiments on? He probably chose these peas for the reason that he was very interested in just growing them quite easily. So being able to have the space to run the experiments, being able to control this growth process, he found that quite desirable in garden peas. Garden peas come in many distinguishable varieties, a lot more than you saw in the previous slide with those different traits that I listed. You can have different petal colors other than purple and white. But because there were many different varieties, many different traits to choose from, he was able to work with that and work with the traits that he desired. So it wasn't so limiting in petal color, for instance, and seed shape. But probably the most advantageous reason that Mendel chose peas is that he could control their reproduction. He could make, and I have an image to show this, he could make sure that a certain generation only had that trait so that there weren't many different variables. So if he wanted that purple petal color, he could make sure that an entire generation was only going to have that purple petal color and nothing else. And so this is important to run his experiments to see how that purple petal color, for instance, is going to get passed down to different offspring, to different generations. Let me go ahead and just describe this process very briefly on how he did this. So basically, he's controlling the reproduction. Flowers undergo sexual reproduction, and so he was able to get the male portion stamen of some flowers and went ahead and transferred that to the female carpel organ of the flower. And so basically he was controlling the mating because he wanted to make sure that certain flowers mated with other flowers to produce desirable traits. So basically he was transferring pollen to the carpel. That generation would then mature and then produce different offspring that hopefully, and that Mendel did, end up getting the desired trait from that mating.